Hey, so you gonna make it to Dave's thing on Friday? No, you already know you're not going. You knew the second you got the text. And now you're just sitting with that little knot in your stomach, the one that forms when you have to say no again, when you have to come up with the excuse. I'm tired. I think I'm coming down with something. I've got that early thing. And you feel it right, that quiet little whisper in the back of your head, the one that sounds suspiciously like your mom, or your most outgoing friend, or maybe even you from 10 years ago. The whisper that says, "What is wrong with you? Why does everyone else seem to crave the crowd, and you crave your cooch? Why does the idea of a crowded bar make you feel tired just thinking about it, while someone else gets a second wind? What if I told you nothing's wrong? What if I told you that wanting to stay home isn't a flaw? It's not a bug in your system, it's the operating system. It's a sign that you're awake, that you're listening to something most people spend their whole lives drowning out. Let's talk about it, not as a problem to be fixed, but as a superpower you haven't named yet. First thing, let's talk about safety. Not like lock the doors safety. I'm talking about your nervous system, that raw exposed wiring that runs through your entire body. We live in a world that is absolutely screaming at us, all day. It's not just the noise, it's the hum of the fridge, the ping on your phone, the guy talking too loud on his Bluetooth in the grocery line, the crushing weight of the to-do list you can't even look at. It's the emotional weather of every person you walk past. You feel that, don't you? The guy at the gas station who's having the worst day. The subtle tension in your coworker's shoulders. For some people, that's just background music. For you, it's a live concert you never bought a ticket to, and you're standing right in front of the speakers. Maybe you grew up in a house where you had to be a tiny detective, reading the room before you even walked in, scanning for mood shifts, for danger, for the next thing that might tip over. Walking on eggshells is a full-body workout. It exhausts your soul. Or maybe you didn't have some big trauma. Maybe you're just wired this way, like your senses came with the volume knob turned all the way up. Colors are brighter, sounds are sharper, emotions, yours and everyone else's, are heavier. They have texture, they have weight. So when you come home and you close that door, it's not you being antisocial. It's you finally taking the armor off. You know that feeling? You shut the door, the lock clicks, and your shoulders, they just drop 2 inches. You didn't even realize they were up by your ears. You let out a breath you've been holding since you left that morning. That's not escape, that's survival. That's your body saying, thank God, we're safe now. In here, you don't have to perform, you don't have to be on. You don't have to smile when you don't mean it. You don't have to laugh at the joke that wasn't funny. You don't have to brace yourself for the next unexpected demand. Your home is the green room for your soul, the pit stop, the only place where your nervous system can stop screaming, code red, and just hum. So when someone says you need to get out more, they're basically telling a soldier in a trench, hey, why don't you go stand up in the line of fire for a while? It'll be good for you. No, you're not weak for needing that safe harbor. You are the captain of a ship that knows a storm is coming 100 miles away. You're pulling into port. That's not cowardice, that's wisdom. Second thing, let's clear up a huge, massive lie. Being a homebody has nothing to do with being shy. Shyness is about fear of people. This, what you have, isn't fear, it's physics. Think about it like a battery, everyone's got one. Your extrovert friend, they're a solar panel. They go out into the crowd, into the sun of other people's energy, and they soak it up. They charge, the party fills their tank. You're a different kind of battery. You've got a full charge when you start the day, but every interaction, it's a drain, not because you dislike people, but because you're doing so much more in every conversation. You're not just hearing words, you're reading a whole novel in the micro-twitch of an eyebrow. You're hearing the song behind the words. You're feeling the shift in the room when someone walks in with bad news. Your brain is processing the data of being human at a ridiculously high resolution. It's like you're running a 4K movie on your mental laptop, while everyone else is watching standard definition. Of course your battery dies faster. So you leave the barbecue, you get in your car, and you just sit there for a minute in the silence. You feel drained, spent, socially hungover. That's not you being broken, that's your gauge telling you the truth. Fuel low, return to base. And your base is quiet, is solitude, is you alone with your thoughts or a book or the sound of rain against the window. You recharge in the quiet, in the absence of input. That's how your engine works. Telling you to go out more to recharge is like telling an electric car, hey, just pour some gasoline in it, it'll be fine. It doesn't work that way. You don't need more people, you need more peace. And choosing peace, that's not a retreat, That's a strategic resource allocation. It's you being the CEO of your own energy and deciding the budget is best spent on rebuilding, not on more meetings. Third thing, control. Let me ask you something. How much of your life have you spent adapting, shrinking, making yourself quieter, smaller, palatable, just to fit into a space that wasn't built for you? Maybe at work, where you have to wear the personality they expect. Maybe in your family, where you learn to be seen and not heard. Maybe in friendships where you felt like you were always the sidekick, never the main character. Your whole life you've been a guest in someone else's house, following their rules, sitting where they tell you to sit, eating what they serve. Your home is the first place, maybe the only place, where you are the undisputed ruler. This is your kingdom, no matter how small, a studio apartment, a rented room, your corner of a shared house. In here you make the rules. You want to eat cereal for dinner at 10 p.m, the court is adjourned, no judgment. You want to paint the wall an absurd color just because it makes you happy, your jurisdiction. You want to spend 3 hours on a Saturday building a Lego set with no productive outcome, the law of the land. You want the temperature at a specific, perfect degree, you're the thermostat czar. You want to light that one weird-smelling candle that everyone else hates. Light it, the air is yours. You control the sound, the light, the vibe. You decide who gets an invitation across the moat, and more importantly, you decide who doesn't. This isn't about hiding from the world. This is about having one single, sacred plot of earth where the world does not get a vote. For some of us, that's the first time we've ever been able to breathe without asking for permission. It's the first time our yes and our no actually mean something. It's where you go to remember who you even are, underneath all the adapting. Okay, so we've built this beautiful case for the cooch. It's safe. It recharges you. It's your kingdom. Now I'm gonna poke a hole in it, because I have to, because I care about you. Sometimes the thing that protects us starts to prison us. That safe, controlled, quiet kingdom can become a very comfortable cage. So I need you to get brutally honest with yourself for a second, and this is just between us. No one else is listening. Are you staying home because it feeds you? Or are you staying home because you're afraid? Is it solitude or is it isolation? There's a difference. Solitude is chosen, it's restorative. Isolation is often fear-driven, it's a defense. Are you avoiding the party because you genuinely need the quiet, or because you're scared someone might not like you? Scared you'll say the wrong thing, scared of that feeling of being on stage without a script? Are you keeping the world out because your home is your sanctuary, or because you've started to believe the world is nothing but a threat? This is the tightrope. This is where the superpower can get twisted. The goal is not to live your entire life in the fortress. The goal is to have a fortress so solid, so safe, so truly yours, that you can actually leave it. You can go out into the noisy, chaotic, overwhelming world, precisely because you know with absolute certainty that you have a place to come back to, a place that will put you back together, a place where you can drop the mask and just be. That knowledge that you have a home base, it gives you a courage that the permanently out there people will never understand. They're running on fumes looking for their next social fix. You're running on a full, self-created tank. You can engage from a place of abundance, not desperation. You can go to the one event that actually matters to you. You can have the one deep, real conversation. You can take the creative risk, start the project, apply for the job, because your worth isn't on the line out there. Your worth is safe at home, waiting for you. It's like, in sports, the team that plays best is often the one with the strongest home field advantage. They can play fearlessly on the road because they know what's waiting for them at home. That's you. Your home isn't where you hide from life. It's the launchpad for the life you actually want. So here's what I want you to do, starting tonight. Forget the grand, pressure-filled questions like, what's my purpose? Or am I happy? Just ask yourself one thing, a simple, physical, honest question. Tap into your body right now. And ask, what does my nervous system need? Not what your ego thinks it should want. Not what your Instagram feed says is cool. Not what your extroverted friend is guilting you into. What does the raw, animal part of you need to feel safe, to feel settled? Does it need silence? A weighted blanket? 10 minutes with no screens? A familiar, comforting smell? Your own cooking? To cancel the plans you're dreading? To say no to the thing you only said yes to out of obligation. To dance in your living room to the stupid song you'd never admit you love. To just stare at a wall for 20 minutes and let your brain defragment. Ask it and then listen, and then give it that thing without apology. That question, what does my nervous system need? If you ask it every day and actually obey the answer, it will rebuild you from the ground up. You will stop living on the borrowed rhythm of the world. You will start humming your own tune. And yeah, some people won't get it. They'll call you boring. They'll say you're missing out. They'll worry about you. Let them. You weren't put on this earth to be the life of their party. You were put here to build a life that feels like a sanctuary, to create a world within your walls that is so true, so you, that it gives you the strength to touch the bigger world on your own terms. You're not falling behind, you're coming home. And that is everything. If this felt like a quiet conversation you needed to hear, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's a little secret signal to everyone else out there who's rebuilding their world from the inside out. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We're not about hustle, we're about coming home to yourself. I'm glad you're here.